Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another one. Yep, we got a little work to do today. We're out in the barn getting started out, just checking on the critters this morning. Today we're gonna go put some cameras out, and we got these food blocks right here. Got this one here. I had some kind of apple protein food block and trophy rock, and I threw a block out the other day, about 3 or 4 days ago, up here on the food plot, actually a cornfield we planted earlier in this year. It was a bunch of sweet corn. We've already harvested and sold off of it what we wanted to, just enough to pay for the planting it and the fertilizer. And we planted some millet up there also, and also got a dove field out here with some millet. I'll show you that too. So we're just gonna check the food plots, put some cameras out, and it is almost the 1st of August. So we've got a velvet hunt at the end of August here in Tennessee, which I don't normally hunt it. I may go up there and sit in the sand just to see what we see. But we got about 2 months to go until the season starts, and it's time to actually, yeah, about 7 weeks to the first bow hunt, early hunt. So anyway, stick with us. We got some Roundup to go spray around the farm first. Got to empty that tank out on the back of the four-wheeler and go grab some cameras and put them out. So stick with us. Let's see what happens. I think it's going to be a good year. So let's get her done. All right, guys. Well, we are up here in a little corner of my property. I got this field up here. As you can see, there's a small little field here, and that's just the corner of my property. The fence line's right here. But we got a lot of property back this way on top of this ridge. Actually, this is the top of the ridge right here that runs down through here. And everybody's property backs up to the top of this ridge. And I'm basically the only one that has any pasture or field up here till it gets way down to the other end. But from here all the way to the lake, it's just woods. So anyway, what our plan is, we're gonna stick out a food block right here, put a camera on it. I have seen a few deer up here, and if we get some deer in here, we may do a little hunting up here, maybe not. I've been here a couple years, never hunted this. So we're planning on putting a food plot in here next year. Do have some cows that come and run in this area and in the woods, but what I'll do is we'll just fence this food plot off with a little electric fence and be done with it. Keep the cows out of it. But there are about 5 cows in this lot now, and so if we get some cow pictures, that's cool too. Maybe they don't eat the whole food block, but they probably will if they find it. So we're gonna stick one out here and see what happens. Got this one right here, and I'm gonna kind of put it in a spot that the cows don't really frequent a whole lot. So we'll see. They don't come up here very much, but since I bush hogged it, they might. But we got this old tree here and this old snag, and I think I'm just gonna lay it right here by this little snag and put a camera on that tree right there, and we'll see what happens. So let's get this food block put out. Good stuff. These cameras here are nothing fancy, but they do work. They're just some wild game cameras, and they actually take really good choked up on that salt block. Anyway, they actually do take pretty good pictures. So let's stick it up here, and maybe we'll see if we can get any pictures off of it next few days. Alright guys, as you can see, let's see, I think it's pointing off a different direction. So I'll show you a little trick. You guys may know this, but you take your phone, if you got your phone with you, and you put it on reverse picture mode. Hold it up to your camera just like that right there, level, and you look at the picture and you see your food block is right there. Well, I can't point at it and hold the phone, but there's a food block right there, and it is almost in the center of the photograph for where your phone would be. Just kind of put your camera right where your camera would be, and bam, there it is. So should be in a good spot, and I just took my picture, selfie. Whoa, let me back up here a little bit, guys. All right, so we're right on the edge of this field here, on the edge of the woods. Food block right there, and let's turn this camera on, power on. I assure you that is not corn, that is pearl millet, and they have picked it clean on the stalks up top. They just hang out there and eat those seeds. But I've been bush hogging a strip or two every week, letting it dry out, letting the birds find it. So right just before dove season, we got about 4 weeks till dove season, 5 weeks. Just before then, we'll get it all bush hogged down, finished, disc it up, and sow our wheat for the winter, and make our winter food plot here out of that. So, and that is legal to do in Tennessee. Normal agricultural practices is legal. So anyway, I'm gonna spray this fence row right down through here for this hot wire, and then we'll go put out another camera. Stick with me. All right, guys, we are up here at the next location. As you can see behind me, the tree house. And well, let's just show you what we got going on this year for a food plot. Yep, behind me is the cornfield, and all of this that you see between here and the corn is some red top millet that we planted. It came in like really good. And then there's millet about halfway through the corn, and clover, tons of clover and good grasses growing in the corn too. We also planted, just let it all grew up together. There's a ton of corn on there. We've already picked a bunch of corn off of there, and it's all sweet corn, peaches and cream, so I hope the deer like it. I know the coons have liked it, but just give you a quick look. I come through here, and as we were picking, I mowed some strips. I picked the corn off of these and mowed some strips in here, and you can see something's been eating the fresh corn. Probably coons. There are some deer tracks. Oh, probably the coons been eating that, but there are some deer tracks. You can see they've been stripping it off right there. And then we would skip about 5 or 6 rows and cut another path down through here. Now the rest of that, I didn't even get to pick it. I just went in and picked some of it, but as you can see, there is some small ears here. Let's break one off here. Let's just see what's in this. Let's see what's in this little ear here. Let me rip her open. That is what we're working with. There's a ton of corn in here, and maybe it'll dry out before the winter. Maybe it'll dry out in the next 2 months, which I'm sure it will. What the coons don't eat, the deer will eat, and we'll have us a good early season plot here. And then we'll come in and bush hog all this down, disc it up good, and plant our late season for our turnips and clover in here. So anyway, and actually I'm gonna leave a wall of the corn down that one side just to shield it from the road for people driving by, because you can see this plot from the road when you drive by, and it'll give the deer a sense of security back here inside this. I'll just cut out a big hole inside of this and plant that as a food plot, and I'll still be able to see it from my stand for bow season. That's about all we do up here is archery hunt anyway. So anyway, we got a stealth cam, and we're going to stick it up on the tree. So that's what we got. We got our camera right here. Got our block right there, about 10 yards away. Ought to be able to get some good pictures at that point right there. If anything comes in, I think I am going to stick just a little stick behind it to tighten it up just a little bit. And poke a little stick behind it right there, tilt it down just a touch, just to get a good look at that. I hope he don't mow all the way over to the edge of my cornfield, but he may. And we'll hold our camera back up here again. We're still good on that. So let's hope we'll get some pictures. I did come up here one time and there was a bunch of hornets. Let's see if this stuff's still good. Oh yeah. She good. Oh, what we got here? Y'all can't see that. There you go. No wasp. Must be one we sprayed. Let's spray it again just for good measure. There's a little one up there. Alright, I must have got all of those already. Usually there's one, and you never know when you're climbing up here what you're going to find. It's always creepy going up through here, especially at night. Might find a possum in your face. Ah! Oh, sorry. Yeah, like that turd. What left? A hairy turd in my tree stand. There. Got some goat skulls. Everybody needs a goat skull in their tree stand, don't they? Alright. The last spot to look is behind the door. So anyway, I'll give you a look from up here. Right here, we got one shooting lane, kind of. There's another path beyond that. You really can't see the deer until they get into this opening, or that opening, which is about 20-ish yards away. Perfect shot. The rest of the time, they're just going to be out in the corn, and we're not going to know where they're at. So, if they come in the corn. So anyway, you want to make a good shot on them, so we may cut some lanes out a little bit deeper right there, just on an angle, to have a little better shot in case they step out into it. So stick with me, guys. We are going to, well, no, we're going to end this video right here in the tree stand while my neighbor's over there mowing his field. So anyway, hope you liked the video. Just a little getting out in the summertime, checking out the food plots and hanging a couple of cameras. Come back, we'll check the cameras, and we'll see you guys on the next one.